Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my corner of the internet. My name is Jason, and today we're back with some more Distant Worlds universe. Last time we discovered another world destroyer in Rhodian space, and we also got Strike Force Bravo around the planet Ur-2-3, and it looks like the pirates were coming over here to, we'll say, defend their planet, but that didn't work out too well. I currently have Strike Force Alpha en route to Dagon. They're going to go ahead and make sure they are fully refueled before they go down and invade this planet. I'm not sure if we've got enough forces, but consider we have a nice mix of armored infantry, and I'm pretty sure we've got special forces on there somewhere, but it looks like it goes off the little screen. Actually, let me see if I can expand that out a little bit and see. Well, there's a comma, so I'm pretty sure we've got some that are a little off the screen that we're just not seeing. But yeah, that was some big news that we've got another, we'll say, Desolation Moon project down here in the Xaguba system. I feel like that's kind of a ripoff of the Dagobah system. It's poor imitation. So we've got a couple of our ships that are under attack from pirate vessels, and where does this all happen? All in Rhodian territory, because the Rhodians are I guess they don't have any control over their, we'll say, their own territory. They're letting the pirates run amok, because as we can see right here, Boskar, it appears that it's got, is that 2 planets? No, that's a mining planet. But they do have, the pirates have their own planet right here in Rhodian territory. So, you know, and actually the Fearsome Merchant Cartel also has, they've also got something in our territory. Well, this will not stand. No. After all the talking I just did about how, the Rhodians are just letting, you know, pirates do whatever they want in their system. No. We're gonna make sure that we have no pirates in our system. We're gonna go ahead and send, come on. There we go. Actually, just send them over here. We're going to send Strike Force Bravo into the system to make sure that we get rid of basically every pirate in our territory. Because, like I said, we're at war here with the pirates. And soon, depending on how this whole Desolation Moon destruction project goes, you know, what the heck? I accidentally misclicked. Where we're going to be sending both of our strike forces in on a sort of a quick in and out strike of, my goodness, pick a location. My jeez. All right. Yeah, basically, I'll recap what I said last time in case you missed it. Basically, because there's another world destroyer in Rhodian territory, and it's more completed than the one in our own territory. We're going to be doing sort of a, I will say a quick strike, if you will, very in and out kind of thing. We're going to send both of our big strike forces in to try to destroy their world destroyer before it can be completed. Well, it's not technically theirs, because the last faction I saw working on it was actually the Teekans, but you get the idea. Now, cruiser. One of our cruisers is under attack up here, so that's one of our defense fleets, I believe. Yes. So he actually has taken some damage. Actually, yeah, he's got 18 components damaged. He is escaping from this destroyer. This cruiser is escaping from the destroyer. I'm kind of curious how many ships he was actually initially attacked by before getting into this condition. I'm wondering, like, I'm wondering if there was multiple destroyers and that cruiser was able to fend them off, and now they're just getting, you know, now it's just the last ship, because there's no reason that destroyer should pose any threat to that cruiser. Yeah, because, yeah, you can see right now by the amount each shield is going down, that cruiser will still, even in its damaged state, be able to outlast this destroyer, but it's still gonna go ahead and run away. That's maybe a little bit, that's a little disappointing. I'm gonna go ahead and select him, however, because I am curious. He is part of the 10th Fleet, and the 10th Fleet does appear to be fairly damaged, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit the automate button. That will likely get them to go ahead and repair. It does look like the rest of the 10th Fleet has warped in, and they're probably going to chase off that pirate destroyer. So that's good. That's good. So the 10th Fleet is doing their job. They're chasing off we'll say the pirates. However, I can't remember. We did have mining stations up in this area, didn't we? seems to me like we've lost all of our mining stations. So maybe the 10th Fleet isn't that effective, but they're not actually based in this system, so we'll say their response time is a little slow. That does appear like it's a pretty good source of gases. Karabian spice. At the desert planet Fendar Junction 4. You know, let's go ahead and take a look. This is one of those actually very, if I recall correctly, this is one of these very rare resources. Fendar Junction 4. Whose territory are you in? You're in the Rhodian territory. You know, this kind of sort of confirms my thoughts that we need to go ahead and basically take over their territory. That's what we need to do. That's it. The Rhodians are going to be the next guys we end up butting heads with. Yeah. But like I said, because they are in a mutual defense pact with the Gazurians, I'm going to hold off on actually, we'll say, officially declaring war with them, because I don't want the mutual defense pact to go ahead and cause me to have to fight both sides. For a second there, I actually think my mind went blank. I have no idea what that sentence started off with. For all I know, I was saying, you know, I could really go for today for breakfast. I'd really like to eat a sports car. Would be cool. You know, it was like I just went from one thought to the next. Investigate. There was nothing there. Big surprise. All right, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and look over the system, see if there's any planets that have any resources that I really want, that, you know, maybe I might have had a base on that got destroyed, like this one here. It looks like it's looks decent enough. And oh, the Kalbara Major Confederation. They were doing an intelligence mission. They were trying to sabotage stuff. Where are you guys? Kalbara something. Oh, it's a pirate faction. That's right, it's the guys that I'm currently messing up, and they're not happy about that. Alright. No big problem there. Actually, it's kind of cool. We've actually got their map now. So I believe that was our exploration ship has found their homeworld. So we can see right here that the Calabar Major faction, so they're there. So I was actually kind of, well, maybe I'm right. We don't have their entire territory map, but it does appear that the Sakurans they're not directly bordering many different factions. Now, I did see there was a note saying that the war between the Asilis Major Enclave and I believe the Rhodian Hive is over. Let me verify that. It does appear to be correct. Yes, they're no longer fighting the Rhodian Hive. That's probably because the Rhodian Hive just doesn't have the power to be able to really wage that war, because, you know, they have all those pirates to deal with, and they probably have some. Actually, let's click on them. I was going to say they probably have some very tense relations with the Teekans. Where's the Teekans? Hello, Teekans. Where might you be? Up here. They're just annoyed. Okay, so maybe it's not that big of a deal, but they are the Naxilians are angry with them, so I suppose it's possible that maybe the Naxilians will get into a scuffle with them. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what how that all plays out. Strike Force Bravo is in system. They've warped into system, so I want to be able to take a look at what these this pirate. Ooh, yeah, Bravo, get out of there! Get out of there! Pull out! Get out! Get out! Just warp out of there! You guys are gonna get destroyed if you stick around there. I was kind of hoping to be able to, like I said, drop in, oh, no. Please don't have hyper deny. I was kind of hoping to be able to just sort of drop on in and, you know, do some major damage to them, but, it would appear that they've got quite the numbers on us. Alright, what's, yeah, let's see this independent faction we just discovered. That's in Rhodian territory, of course. Alright, are our guys going to escape in time? Come on. Yes, we were able to warp out. Yeah, no damage. Alright. Good. Alright, it does seem like the 10th Fleet is getting a workout up here. So, we'll say it was a good thing that I went ahead and I, maybe gave them a few extra ships. To sort of defend this sort of region, this area, because the pirates are definitely giving them a workout. I think that I might actually bolster the numbers a little bit. Now, we did go ahead and, if I recall correctly, we repaired a ship last time, which I said which would be sort of a free roamer that I would basically attach to a fleet should I feel like they needed it. And if I recall correctly, it was a destroyer. Am I right on that one? Yeah, the Final Sun. And it was a destroyer, and it is where is it? Let's see, select ship. It's actually up in that region. Let's go ahead and assign it to the 10th Fleet. There we go. We'll go ahead and assign him to the 10th Fleet, and he will join up with that. So now the 10th Fleet has a total of, what's it, 1, 2, 3, 7 ships. That makes sense because I just said that they were 6 ships in size. So that'll help their numbers while trying to defend this area. Alright, so I've gone ahead and I've actually increased my taxes at some of my colonies. I figured, you know, I wanted a nice round number. The blue planet, it's kind of the nicest, we'll say, planet in our systems. And I said I wanted to, be reducing taxes after the war thing. But especially right now, I felt like, you know, their happiness is still pretty good. I was going to bring it up and basically put it at a nice round 40 and put it Dagon at 30. And, you know, if that drives people away, that's cool. They'll go ahead and colonize my other planets a little bit quicker. I will try to keep the limit on these guys. And eventually, when these planets do become more developed, I am hoping to be able to reduce the taxes on these other planets. But right now, I feel like, you know, the blue planet and Dagon, these really big planets, you know, even Elysium and Reach, which are starting to get up there, I feel like these are the planets that are going to be supporting the rest of the Empire. So I decided to, you know, I raised the tax a bit because, like I said, I want that positive cash flow. I want to be able to, you know, get a nice big, we'll say, a cache of money, sort of, basically, a nice big, we'll say, stack of cash, you know, for a rainy day, in case things go wrong, if things go bad. That way I'll have the resources available to me immediately to, you know, train troops and get things ready for action. Rather than waiting for something to happen and then being like, okay, I need to build ships really quickly. So I figured I'd go ahead and increase the taxes for now, and then, you know, if my cash flow starts to get really high, then I can start lowering it. But for now, we're going to go ahead and keep it as is. Well, this is interesting. I was looking over the Empire comparison, and I noticed we were starting to get up there. You know, overall, we're at 8th, and, you know, population, I was like, okay, we're at 6th, and territory, we're at 8th, and, you know, I've got a few different colonies queued up. But then I looked at economy, and we've actually surpassed the Tekin Corporation. In economy, we are 2nd place, and we're actually very close to going up into 1st place. You know, strategic value, we still have a little ways to go, but still, we're sitting at the 2nd there. Also, though, of interest, we'll say an interesting note, we are now 2nd in military strength. So it seems like while we've gone up in economy, our military strength is not quite there. But that's okay. I feel like we're still close enough to them, and our relationship with that faction, what are they? Sorry, the Great Meridian Alliance. That's this light blue, if I recall correctly. You know, we're not right up against them. And I'm not really concerned about too much about what we'll say our relationship with them is, because I feel like, you know, we're not touching, and, you know, we're pleased. They're pleased with us, so it's not a huge issue. I'm not scared of you know, them coming over and declaring war. So right now, I'm fine with them being ahead of us. Basically, my concern is just that I've got enough military to protect my current, you know, bases and my ships and my colonies from, we'll say immediate neighbors. Now, I've been continuing to try to sort of foster that relationship, get that mutual defense pact going with, like, the Asilis Major Enclave, and as well as the Sakurans here from the Pantaloon Prime, whatever their faction's name is. And let's see, retrofitting of base road image. Okay, so my spaceport has been completely, it has been retrofitted up to a medium spaceport. And see, as that gets larger, I probably will want to get that up to a large spaceport. Let me see. It's a pretty major base. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and we'll retrofit that up now a little bit further up to a large. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it really needs a large at this point in time, but I feel like, you know, there's a lot of pirate presence here, and, you know, I want to develop this area, so getting, you know, a larger, I'm not sure. I think a larger base also has better throughput for cargo and all that. I could be wrong on that one, though. I could be wrong on that one, so I'm not entirely sure, but, you know, rather than building a defensive base as well, you know, like as per one of the tips I had received, you know, it's actually not a bad idea to maybe build as much as you can into a single base, and then, you know, from there start building other little things as well. The nice thing about a defensive base, though, is that it's positioned a little bit further away from the planet, so it works really good for intercepting. But I find it works best when you have like at least 3 of them set up in sort of a formation around the planet. So you have like one here, one there, and one there, and those can typically, we'll say intercept anything before they even get close to your spaceport. Okay, so our scientists have been pursuing the wrong path while researching enhanced energy collection. That's a little bit disappointing, so that's going to set us back. We were almost complete. If I recall correctly, I was looking at it a second ago, it was like at like 90%, 90-something%, and we are sitting at 4% now, so that really stings. Looking at these cruisers I had defending, we'll say, the Desolation Moon, I noticed that there's, we'll say their design was, where's the design? It just says cruiser. Well, basically, they needed some retrofitting and refueling, from what I could tell. They were using a small amount of fuel, so I figured, you know what, let's go ahead and just quickly go ahead and have them retrofit and get refueled, and then we'll send them back over here just to make sure that my defenses for this area are basically always up to date. This is actually very interesting. This is within Rhodian territory. Now, the Rhodians have a few ships here set up, I guess, on defense around these ships here. They're likely going to try to repair these, but it's interesting that they are completely they're just leaving the Teekans alone to go ahead and build this world destroyer. And I've got my exploration ship here to sort of be able to watch everything as they happen, as it happens. But it is, we'll say, it is sort of interesting to see here that they're not messing with the Teekans at all. So that, well, one, I kind of already suspected, or kind of already knew that a construction ship was not considered a military ship. So the Rhodians are not going to act on that. But I wonder what's that doing for their oh, what's this? Those are Teekan destroyers. And they just warped into system around the Rhodian hive. I think we might be witness to the start of a war here. Because, let's see here, let's speed things up just a touch. The Teekans, because they're not at war right now, right? No, let me take a look at this. Where are you? Teekan Corporation, not at war with anyone. And what are these destroyers doing? They're approaching the Rhodian ships. This is in Rhodian territory again, and they're just flying past. That is interesting. Our engineers have completed research in light torpedo bombers. Let me see what that does real quick. This breakthrough provides access to a new fighter type light torpedo bomber. So we have a new type of fighter we can go ahead and have built at our bases, and that will probably help with defense. What are they doing? They're kind of like they're going into sort of a holding position above these ships. I think maybe the Teekans are thinking about stealing these ships from under the Rhodians' noses. This is interesting. This is very, very cool. I'm gonna need to keep an eye on this. Oh, more Rhodian ships are jumping in the system, as well as the Great Kaedian territory. Well, this is just really turning into this interesting kind of... Huh. Okay, I'll come back to this in a second. I noticed that, one of our cruisers was under attack from a pirate frigate. I want to know where that is. Okay, so that's the 10th fleet. They're still trying to fend off, pirates in this system. Yeah, I think they're good. I think they should be fine. So yeah, the 10th fleet has things under control. Yeah, dang, that's some decent damage. It's only up against a frigate, though, but still. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and zoom out. I want to go ahead and take another look at... yeah, we'll be keeping an eye on, we'll say, the developments here in... what system was that? That was the Zaguba, I keep forgetting. So yeah, we've got a couple strike forces here. And they're all just sort of sitting in... Oh, this is looking like it's gonna turn into something interesting. So we've got 3 factions with all of their military ships in the Rhodian Major Hive territory. Oh, this has the potential to erupt at any moment. Oh, I'm so glad I'm not involved in this, because this is gonna get messy. Alright, our ambassador Sand Kalen has acquired a new character trait. He is now sober. well, maybe not now sober, but he's, it's basically just a trait stating that the guy just doesn't drink, which would make him a little bit more, we'll say, reliable here. Let's go ahead and see what exactly that means. Sober basically gives a +10 to diplomacy, and where do we send him off to? Rares? I believe that's our ambassador to the Isilis Major Enclave, right? No, that's Fan Bendu. So where did we send him again? I don't remember where we sent him. He's a Gazurian? Yes, it was. So the Gazurians are angry with us. You know, let's try sending them a gift. Here, have 10 grand. They're still angry with us. Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe they'll be less likely to attack us in the near future. I'm not sure. So basically, our relationship with the Gazurians is very terrible. It's absolutely terrible. The Naxilians are also angry with us, but we got a decent amount of trade with them. Actually, them and the Gazurians. So I'm wondering if that's factoring into why they're not at war with us. Maybe we're one of their best, we'll say, trading partners, and that's a good thing. You know, to be, you know, you kind of have some leverage on them there. You know, they could go ahead and say, well, we can just take your stuff, but, you know, in a prolonged fight, I'm the guy who already has the resources. So if they can't take things quickly, and I have the military to fend off the initial attacks, they're kind of screwed, because now they're missing out on all those resources. They're getting poorer, while I still have the resources to continue funding my defense and attack. So, that's interesting. Yeah, so all my neighbors are angry with me. Okay, without incident, it looks like the Tikans have withdrawn their ships from the area. So that's something. The Kaadians appear to be keeping their ships here, though. I'm not sure what will come of this. We'll keep you posted. Alright, and our invasion of the planet Urtu-3 is basically underway. I've got both Strike Force Bravo and Alpha en route to attack, which is probably a good thing because they have a capital ship there. So maybe it's a good thing that I've got both of my fleets basically warping in to take the planet. So let's see how successful they are. Oh, and that's right, I forgot. I've got my own capital ship as well. Nice. Alright, and the Isilis Major Enclave, they want to do a territory map swap. Let's go ahead and accept their proposal. And it looks like the pirates couldn't defend their planet. Not from space, anyways. On the ground, that may be a different story. They've only got, well, they got 132k, and I'm willing to bet some of that is from we'll say when we get down to the surface, they'll probably have a higher value just because of their fortifications. However, like I said before, we do have, I believe we've got special forces involved in this, so they will be capable of taking out those defenses. So let's see. Our troops are dropping in. We do have, yeah, we do have special operations. Come on, once they get on the ground. Was that all I had? Oh, please tell me I had more. Okay, there they are. Yeah, so I'm fairly confident we're going to be taking this. We have the armored breakthrough. We got space control. We've got a lot of modifiers on our side here. So we're gonna be welcoming the planet Urtu-3 into our empire very shortly. Excellent. Our leader, Tiku Bendu, has increased his population skill growth, and he's located at the blue planet. You know, I find very, very cool, very sort of interesting, and one of the reasons why I like to play with, we'll say, the slower speed on, is you kind of get that sort of sense of the actual scale. Like, these fights here, they can be over fairly quickly. This one's actually going on for a little while, but if you actually look at the date, our invasion actually began in May 7th. Of 2164. So it's this actual fight, if you actually think of it in, we'll say, terms of, you know, actual time, this invasion has been going on for what, like 3 months now? And I think that's really cool that you know, you have that there's that time scale. I find too many, we'll say, 4X games, they break things down to too simple. It's way too simple. They've got, like, your population is 3. I'm like, what does that mean? I want to know what the actual population is, because I want to sort of imagine what it would be as an actual, you know, empire, as an actual society here. So it looks like the Isilis Major and Enclave and the Gazurian Conformity are no longer at war. That's cool. They're no longer fighting. But, you know, I always want to sort of picture, you know, what does this look like, you know, in terms of like real life time and real life population and stuff, and you don't really always get that. So I really appreciate, we'll say, the units of measurement that Distant Worlds uses. You know, you've got the actual dates. I find the time frames are fairly realistic when you consider, you know, moving from one place to another. You know, even with hyperdrives, you know, it still takes time to get from one location to the next. And, you know, you actually even have population listed in, you know, millions. You can kind of be like, okay, well, that's, you know, 4 billion here. You can actually, it feels more like a real world that I can sort of relate to, rather than just sort of a glorified chessboard, if you will. I don't know. Yeah, that's just how I am here. Our engineers have completed research in ship scanning. This breakthrough provides the new component. Let's see what it is. Trace scanner for our ships and bases. So we'll be able to start, we'll say, equipping those on ships, and we'll be able to start seeing, you know, we'll say the exact information about, we'll say, each of the components on enemy ships. Let's see, pirates secretly funded to attack us. Our intelligence network has uncovered a covert arrangement of the Rhodian Hive. They've made a secret deal with a pirate faction, the Anuet Prime Force, to attack our facilities. The Rhodian Hive must pay for this outrageous treachery. Alright, let's talk to the Rhodians. Rhodians? This is not cool. Let's go ahead and send a warning. End your treacherous covert missions against us. I guess it would be covert missions, even though it's not intelligence. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. I'm not sure if that will do anything. I probably won't do anything, but let's go ahead and do it anyways. Covert missions, that would typically indicate preparations for war, but surely that is not the case here, so don't worry about it. You know, as much as I hate the Bhaskara, I actually find them to have the kind of like a sense of humor. They kind of crack me up. I like it. And we have invaded and taken over the planet Urtu-3. Excellent. Now, it does appear, that's interesting that the pirate fortresses and their networks and their bases and all that stuff are still on the planet. Now, what do we have on planet? Let me see. We do have a special operations group, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead under facilities. We're going to completely dismantle this. We're going to hit attack, and even though our initial invasion was successful, we still have to, we'll say, destroy. You know, we need to fully destroy. We need to fully crush the pirates' presence on this planet, or we're going to be dying with corruption. If you notice right here, it says 39% corruption. So, yes, we took the planet, but we also need to get rid of the pirate presence on the planet. Yenker Junction 2 has been colonized. So we've also colonized another planet. So while our forces continue to, we'll say free the planet Urtu-3 from the pirates' grasp, I want to go ahead and take a look at Yenker Junction 2. Where is this situated? This is located actually in our territory near the Rhodian and Isilis Major enclaves sort of territory. This actually makes our empire closer to being connected by our own space. So what we're gonna do, we do need some defensive units on the planet. I hate using Tikan units. They're definitely not as, we'll say, good as, we'll say, the human units, but like I said, we need a defensive force, at least some defense on the planet, right? So we're gonna go over to this this newly formed colony, and we're gonna build a small spaceport. We don't have the resources for it yet, but you know, hopefully that will be done soon. So yeah, there we go. We've actually got a bit of an opening. Excellent. Now, it appears we've been boarding and capturing a lot of ships up here in this, what is it, the Zika Pasilo system. So our 10th fleet is actually doing a pretty good job at not only defending, but bringing, we'll say, extra ships into our empire. And since, like I said, those things tend to be automated, any of the ships that are, we'll say, captured will probably be put on sort of an automatic defense duty once they've been sort of repaired and ready. So that's good. That's good. We'll say, improving our presence in this area and making sure that the pirates can't really get a stranglehold on the area. Now that is a cruiser, right? Yeah. So that's gonna be actually, let's take a look. A size of 498 versus our destroyer. Yeah, the destroyer is definitely in trouble, but at least the cruiser's outnumbered. So what I'm thinking is that destroyer will warp out, get out of the area, and you know. Oh no, actually it's the other way around. Interesting. Interesting, and that's one of the ships we went ahead and we captured. So, okay, cool. All right, our scientists have made a critical breakthrough while researching bombard weapons. This breakthrough has initiated a crash research program for the project, so we're going to be getting bombard weapons very shortly, which is excellent, which means we can just start bombarding things from space. Like I said, we do want to, we'll say, reserve that kind of treatment only for the most vile of enemies, so probably the Rhodians. Ooh, Aruvoa has been colonized. I forgot that I had queued up quite a few different planets to be, colonized, so let's go to this colony and get this one prepared. This one here, we use Nexilians to colonize it, and it is an ice moon, and I believe this is actually one of our, it's fairly close to our core worlds. Oh yeah, it's actually in the blue system. So this sucker is probably going to experience the same kind of hardship as Elysium, but it's probably going to get built up fairly quickly, so we're going to go ahead and hurry up and get defense and 2 infantry squads. Basically put 3 on there right now. My cash flow is taking a hit, but that's okay. That's all right. Like I said, these they're not much now, but when they grow, these will be a huge. They will be of huge importance to the Empire, and basically, those are basically your resources, right? The planets, as weak as they are at the start, I want to make sure that they remain ours. I want to make sure they have the defenses needed to really protect them. And like I was saying about time frame, like I'm back here at Ur 3, and as you can see, the corruption is down to like 16%. So we'll say we're definitely getting rid of the pirate faction, but if you look here, it's like it's been well over what, 7? We're looking at about 8 months now that since this war started, and it's still going on. So by the time that we finally get rid of the pirate presence on this planet, it'll likely have been a year since we initially began our invasion. And I don't know, there's something cool about that. You know, it sucks for the people of the planet if you actually stop and think about it, you know, instead of just looking at this as a number and actually thinking about it, these are all people who have been in a state of war for like a year. No, that's definitely not cool for them, but, you know, the end result, you know, I think will be overall better for them. And I like that it's already a sort of a developed planet. We're going to be getting a lot of money from that. Fearsome Merchant Cartel tried to destroy one of our mining stations. Unfortunately, our counterintelligence caught him, and we eliminated him. My cash flow has just taken a dump. It's basically just dropped down to minus 41 grand. What happened there? What happened there? I don't... Another secret project construction. Wait, go to event location. So there's another world destroyer? The Teekans have this one too! Okay, this one is not as far along as the other one, but let's see here. We've got the Caadians are aware of it, and where is this one? This is in the Caadian territory. So down here we've got 2 world annihilators. Dang. Okay. And Urdu 3 is under attack. That's okay though, because we've got we still have the first Strike Force Alpha in system. So they're going to go ahead and they should have enough firepower to take out. These are pirates, right? The Fearsome Merchant Cartel? Yes, they are. So Strike Force Alpha is going to basically just totally destroy these guys and try to defend the planet. Ooh, are they going to try to invade the planet? Yes, they are. They're going to try to invade Urdu 3. They're going to try to take this planet. Let's take a look at the situation on the ground. It doesn't appear that anything's really changed here. Oh, maybe they were destroying the small spaceport that was being constructed? I don't know. I don't know. Actually, I didn't queue up a small spaceport here. I'm not too sure what they were trying to do, but basically oh, actually, now that I think about it, maybe they were trying to take over one of the independent ships. That's a possibility. Either way, it was a meat grinder, and they are totally getting wrecked. Let's go ahead and see. A couple of our ships have actually taken damage, but I feel like the losses that the Fearsome Merchant Cartel sustained in their attempted invasion is it's definitely going a lot worse for them than it is for us. Yeah, they dead. All right. Now that that's over, let's go ahead and build a large spaceport. All right, we're gonna just jump right straight to a large. Sure, why not? We're gonna definitely keep Strike Force Alpha in orbit here to defend this planet. You know, at least until we at least officially take the planet completely from pirate control, so that we can go ahead and, we'll say, load up the excess troops. We don't want to keep all the troops here on Ur-2-3. We want to put them back on these ships so that we can go ahead and, we'll say, continue invading other places. Let's see, our ship captain Han Solo is located at the Millennium Falcon has increased their targeting skill. So because he was there and he was in part of that nice little fight, his targeting skill has gone up. The Tikan Corporation has declared war on the Rhodian Hive. Why am I not surprised? I did take a look over by the World Annihilator project down here a few times, and I found that they didn't, they actually had pulled their ships away, but it looks like they've brought their ships back and the fight has continued. Now, it looks like the Rhodian Hive has also found one of themselves a very nice big capital ship. I like this. I'm enjoying what I'm seeing here. So we've got the Tikans and the Rhodians. They're duking it out over the World Annihilator. I think that might be one benefit I have, is I have completely secured my World Annihilator. Nobody's touching mine. I've got a defensive base over it, and if anyone gets near it, I will blast them. So, I feel like the other three factions that are involved, the Rhodians, the Tikans, and the Kaedians, are going to be sort of fighting over these two World Destroyers down in this area. And I'm hoping that will basically hold them off long enough for me to assemble my forces to actually do my, basically to destroy them, and then be able to just have the one and only World Destroyer. And now the Dandalus Technocracy has declared war on the Great Kaedian territory. So we've got two new wars that have broken out. So basically, purple and brown are fighting each other, and we've got blue and pink, which are now fighting each other. And from the looks of things, it looks like the Kaedians have already made a move to sort of take some of this territory. And now Rezu has been I think that's how I would pronounce it. Rezu. Rezu has been colonized. Where is Rezu? It's actually up in... let's see, what system is this? Oh, it's up here. This is where we have all the pirate attacks. This is actually good, because then I'll be able to establish a base, and they're humans! Yes! Which means my defense is actually going to be decent. Once this base gets up and running, then I'll be able to actually, we'll say, we'll say defend this area. Basically, the 10th Fleet will have an easier time because they'll be able to repair right here at this planet. So that is excellent. Although I'm really concerned about that, that cash flow. We're sitting at almost minus 50,000 now. I really need to do something about that. Oh, wait, I think I see the problem. Wait, no, I don't. Never mind. I had seen the 0 on Ur-2-3, and I had presumed that, because I'm used to Dagon being up at the top of the list under the blue planet, so I was like, wait a second, it had 0%. Oh, no, it doesn't. However, I'm not taxing Ur-2-3 at all. What is up with that? We're gonna go ahead and put at least a 10% tax on. That actually might be where my money went. Let's take a look here. Let's see what that does for our cash flow. Alright, our cash flow is now back up to almost 6,000, so taxing that world was, I don't think it did that much. Really? Is that what happened? Is that because I wasn't taxing them and basically our empire was having to support them? I'm not sure. It's interesting though, because I don't know if it's just coincidence, but after I started taxing Ur-2-3, all of a sudden my cash flow went into the positive again, so I don't know. I don't know. Alright, we've completed research in bombard weapons, and this provides us with the new component, Nuclear Devastator. So now we can go ahead and basically bombard planets, once we've built that onto our ships. I've gotta say, it's been really entertaining watching the Tikans and the Rhodians go ahead and duke it out. It's always nice when you see your rivals just wearing themselves down. It's like, yes, that's right, keep going, destroy each other. So, actually, I'm wondering, will the Rhodian ship be able to get out of there? No, he's done enough damage that the Tikans are going to withdraw. I was really hoping to see the Tikans take out that Rhodian capital ship. That would have been nice. Let's see. Our Ambassador Thenbendu, located at Sils Major, has increased his diplomacy skill level. That's good. Does that mean our relationship with them is even better than it was before? We're at 38. I actually think it might have gone down. Wait, no, was it at 37 before? I don't remember. But basically, he's at 90%. He's providing a 90% with the Acilis Major Enclave. Let's go ahead and send them a gift. Let's send them a medium gift. That's like, it's almost 20 grand. And let's go ahead and try and get a mutual defense pact with them now. No, still nothing. They're delighted with us. 45. We have a relationship with the Acilis Major Enclave of 45, and they still don't want a mutual defense pact with us. I don't understand, guy. I don't know why. I want to be your friend. Why don't you want to be my friend? Alright, we have a rebellion. The inhabitants of our colony, Rezu, are rebelling against our rule. They refuse to pay any taxes. That's fine. I wasn't trying to tax you anyways, but that is a little bit concerning. I'm hoping we don't see them sort of turn and go independent, because I would hate to have to, we'll say, start sort of a small civil war, you know, have squash a rebellion or quash a rebellion, you know, squish, squash, whatever. I'm trying to deal with a rebellion on my own planets. That's something I'm really hoping I don't have to deal with, but it is a possibility. I try to keep my planets as happy as possible because I've actually seen entire empires split. Like, you could have an empire like, heck, like the Nexilians, just straight in the middle, boom, split into two different factions, and now they're at war with each other. I've actually seen that happen in the game before, and that's why I'm like, oh, I want to make sure everyone's as happy as possible. So, like, taking a look at my colony screen. Let's see. For the most part, everyone's happy, with the exception of these two planets. These guys are neutral. They're getting up there. You know, the planet is still developing, but these guys here are just not happy. These guys are sad. These guys are angry. These ones here we have to worry about. These ones here we might have to worry about, but probably not as much. Now, I noticed when I was searching for planets to colonize in the past, these two entries were red or yellow, red or yellow. And basically, it's because it was apparently hostile towards us, and I'm guessing that's because of the diet. Actually, you know what? It probably was because of the pirate attacks. So never mind. I completely misread the situation. But because of the pirate attacks, that's probably why they were listed as yellow, and that's why I was a little bit more resistant to go ahead and colonize them. Because I was just thinking about that. I'm like, I have diet as part of my empire, so it would make sense that we could go ahead and colonize these planets with more diet, and we wouldn't see any negative effects. So I figured these planets are already in our systems. So I'm going to go ahead and give the order to go ahead and colonize them. I also came to the screen because I was like, you know what, I want to see if there's any more, we'll say, resources I can go ahead and start building mining bases for. Like I said, I want tons of resources. I want to be the trade partner in the galaxy, which I've said so many times. So, you know what, we're just going to go ahead and stop here, and we'll come back, you know, when something interesting actually does happen. Okay, Acilis Major Enclave says, we are pleased to offer your empire mining rights within our borders. This is good. Okay, the Tekin Corporation has they've begun construction of the Trader's Bazaar. So I believe that is a wonder. If we try now, we're not going to be able to beat them. Wow, Rezu has declared independence. Wow, we're gonna need to go ahead and take that back over. All right, so I guess we're gonna go ahead and get our strike force back in order, and we're gonna go ahead and have to retake our planet. They were tired of our oppressive rule. You know, guys, if you would have just stuck in there a bit longer, I would have seen to it that you got the king's treatment, but... Alright, guess we're gonna have to go ahead and retake our planet by force. That sucks. But anyways, I got distracted here. The Acilis Major Enclave gave us mining rights. They are delighted with us. And I'm like, oh man, they got plus 54%. You know what? You know what? Let's go ahead and give them mining rights. We'll make it mutual. Let's see. We give you mining rights in our territory. And let's go ahead and try the Mutual Defense Pact again. No, not yet. Dang. How happy do you need to be with us? But it's working though. We're getting to be very good friends with the Acilis Major Enclave, which makes me happy. So maybe given a little bit more time, we will eventually be able to actually form that defense pact with them. This is so aggravating. Basically, because that colony went ahead and they rebelled against us and they formed their own independent colony. They declared independence from us. The pirates have been able to... They've come in and they've destroyed all the bases. Now, I'm not saying just by having that planet still in our empire, we would have been able to hold them off, but it just means that this area is going to continue to have that unrest. It's going to continue to have that chaos of constantly being under attack because we were completely unable to, you know, defend the area because, well, we can't, because we don't have a working base in the sector. You know, we don't have anything working there. So, and that's their fault. That is their fault. Reach Defense Force. Apparently you guys need fuel? Well, go get fuel then. All right. They are delighted with us. They have a plus 66. We're gonna give them a medium gift, which will bring us up to 68. Please, Mutual Defense Pact still won't take it. Holy cow, how friendly do we need to be? Oh man. Dang, looking at the population screen, the Great Meridian Alliance has a huge population. Territory-wise, yeah, they're also fairly ahead of us, but dang, that is quite the population. Our economy now is almost completely tied with them, though, and our military is definitely way ahead of everyone else again. So I'd say we're on an upward slope. If I had to put everything on a sort of a graph, I would say that our empire is starting to really gain some traction here. We're starting to really become one of those big superpowers, and that's very exciting. And it looks like the Great Meridian Alliance has had a devastating tsunami at one of their planets, Villabre Prime 3. I'm wondering what that did for their population. Let's just go ahead and take a look. Just curious. It doesn't really look like it did a whole lot. But anyways, we have just entered the year 2166. Things are going very nicely. Our relationship with the Silicon Major Enclave is just getting up there. We're up to 76%, and they still don't want to take a mutual defense pact with us. Yes, they finally did! We agree a mutual defense pact with you would be highly beneficial. Long live our alliance. Yes! We've got our first friends! Alright, now we need to, we're basically playing for two empires now. No, that doesn't mean I can control them, but it means that everything we do has to be, we'll say, for the benefit of our alliance, for our, we'll say, our federation here. That is excellent. Let's see, that's our let's look at our victory conditions. We are up in 5th place because we have now secured at least one mutual defense pact. That's excellent. That gives us a 35% progress towards one of our human-specific victory conditions. So we're definitely doing well. And now we have full vision. We can see absolutely everything that the Silicon Major can see. I think everything they can see. We at least know where all of their ships are, which is excellent. So now we need to, like I said, we need to do stuff for the benefit of our two empires. But you know what? 2166 is looking to be a great year, but I am out of time for today. So we're going to go ahead and save the game as LP23 because this is after our 23rd episode. So if you liked the content and would like to see more of it, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, leave it a thumbs down. Either way, let me know what you thought in the comment section. And until next time, I would like to ask you all to game on.